South Africa, smack in the middle of everything. And my name is Rea Mokone. Like I said, I am an international artist, a creative, and also director and founder of Outside the Booth. And I am also a Global Arts and Medicine Fellow. And with me today, who's going to be co-hosting, is Franca. Beautiful, beautiful Franca, this lady who makes me look good right over here. Franca is the CEO of the Mental Health Fellowship. She's also a Global Arts and Medicine fellow as well. So she's a fellow, like I am. Hi, Franca.
Hi, Ria. You've already done the majority of the introduction. I feel honored to be here and co-hosting with you. Love your energy.
Amen. You bring it out of me, so it's really amazing. All right, moving on swiftly, we're going to start with a few renditions for you guys, and then we'll move on to the welcome address. So I'm going to let Franca kind of take over for a little bit, and then to do the anthem rendition and also the Global Arts and Medicine Fellowship anthem, and then we'll move on from there. Over to you. Thank you so much for that. As you know, the Global South Arts and Health Week was initiated by Gunle Adewale, who's also the founder of the Arts and Medicine Fellowship, so the Arts and Medicine Project. So in that regard, we would like to just give you our little anthem from the Global Arts and Medicine team, fellowship team, and here it is.
I believe I was sent to bring joy to the world.
Thank you so much for that. There's nothing more important than what we're doing, and I think people don't realize how crucial us being able to bring the arts or artistic elements within health outcomes really is in the grand scheme of things. We are really just trying to heal the world, like one project, one person, one initiative at a time. And I'm so grateful to be part of such an amazing group of individuals who are striving to do exactly that, and knowing that I'm actually not alone in the grand scheme of things of what we're trying to accomplish. So, moving on swiftly with our program, I'm very, very excited about today's program because even though it is the actual closing, it is also the beginning of something that is incredibly amazing. Yes, we're closing the Global South Arts and Health Week, but we are beginning other things. And in order to start with our welcome address, I would like to introduce Rania, who is a business consultant, lecturer, liaison director, and is also part of the Global South Arts and Health International convening in Egypt, which I'm very envious of. I will live vicariously through you, Rania. But please, Rania, welcome.
Thank you, Rhea. Hello, everyone. Hi. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So on behalf of the board and the leadership of the Global Arts in Medicine Fellowship Program and Project, and the Global South Art and Health collaborators and co-directors from over 18 countries in the world, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of the Global South Art and Health Week. So this week has been a celebration of the power in arts and promoting health and well-being. It has been a great opportunity to showcase the incredible work that has been done by artists, health professionals, and researchers from around the globe. And hosting this event in Egypt has provided a unique opportunity to showcase the rich cultural heritage and the artistic traditions of the country. And it also allowed an exchange of practices of different forms of art used in healthcare. And that was amplified by the existence of some fellows on site for a human interaction and connection in Egypt, in Cairo and Alexandria. So it was truly amazing to see people from all over the world coming together to share their knowledge. And some of them were flying for more than 24 hours to attend the convening in Egypt. And this is a testament to the importance of the work that is being done here. So thank you, everyone. And over the past few days, we have learned the way in which arts can be integrated into healthcare settings, including individuals, hospitals, and community centers. And we affirm that the art is a practice, and participation in art is a healthy behavior, and it needs to be integrated in everyone's lifestyle, like healthy eating and exercising. And it's a strong tool for healing on the mental, emotional, physical, and cognitive level. So as we come to the end of the week, I can imagine how must it be feeling. So it's natural to feel a mix of emotions that we're ending something that has been very exciting, very rich, and sometimes overwhelming. So it's indeed sad to come to an end, but at the same time, it's a pride to live the experience, and it's so exciting to think about the new beginnings that lies ahead. I hope this convening has been a source of inspiration to everyone, and it's a starting of a new ideas and collaboration that has been sparked during the convening. So as we come together today to the closing, I invite you all to take a moment to reflect on what have been earned, to celebrate the incredible work that was done by all of you. Your dedication, your passion for using art to promote health and well-being is truly inspiring to everyone. And in this moment, I would like to take the privilege and acknowledge our partners for the inaugural international convening for the Global South Art and Health in Egypt, for the immeasurable contribution to the success of our event. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Jamil Arts and Health Lab that established with the WHO New York. Thank you to the Gsahw Institute for Training and Research, Open Mind, ICAT Art Therapy Foundation, Ain Shams University, Atlantic Institute, the Global Brain Health Institute, Haya Club, Saudi German Hospital, Sahla Film Media Academy, Consuleya, and the World Health Innovation Summit. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the speakers, facilitators, participants from around the globe and from Egypt, the host country. Thank you all for the support, the hard work, the dedication, and wish you all the best in the future invaders. Let's keep spreading goodness and art, and let's start moving forward with the closing ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rania. I think one of the most beautiful things you said in your welcome address is that this is the beginning. And I think that's a beautiful thing that everybody needs to take over, that even though this is a closing ceremony, it is just the beginning of something greater, of building so many connections, of creating different initiatives. And that's the beautiful thing that we have to take with us throughout this entire process. So thank you so much for your words. Moving on swiftly, we're going to go to our keynote address. We have Gareth Fish, who is here with us, who's going to be doing our keynote for us. Now, a few things about Gareth that you guys should know. He's the CEO of the World Health Innovation Summit, and he is going to be telling us a little bit about like his thoughts and his feelings, and giving us the little slice in the keynote. Correct?
Thanks very much. I really appreciate the introduction. Just for our background, just so that people know a little bit more about me. I spent 25 years working in the health service. I was 7 years as the chief officer of the National Haemophilia Council in Ireland. I spent many years working on contaminated blood products, HIV, in the 70s and 80s. And I've also a member of Pope Francis' Vatican COVID-19 Commission. I'm also work closely with our colleagues in Africa on the Great Green Wall of Africa. I'm going to talk a little bit about that during this keynote as well. Really grateful to Cunley for pulling this together and everyone, and what an introduction from Rania and colleagues here this morning. Great energy. Very much looking forward to talking about the future as well. I think this is a beginning. I think we're going to see a lot of disruption in the world over the next few years, and it's a huge opportunity for the arts. The arts is well established in our communities, and it does have a positive impact in our health and well-being. I don't think there's any argument there, but I think what we need is to share that adoption and scale that up. I also think that the value proposition for the arts needs to be completely changed, and we'll see that over the course of the next few years. And I think there's huge job opportunities in terms of job creation. Just to give you an example, the gap in health services in the NHS, for example, in the UK, there's 100,000 vacancies. There's a lot of money sitting in the treasury, and that money can be diverted to the arts. So I believe there's significant opportunities. So I appreciate we don't have too much time, but I will share my screen, and hopefully this will work nice and smoothly. Although I think it's paused. I'll just bring that down there. So can everyone see the screen? It's working okay. Great. Okay, so just to touch on the point that Rania made and other colleagues this morning, and I think this might not need sharing with everyone here, but certainly the incorporation of arts into healthcare has a positive impact on patient health outcomes, and there's no doubt of that in my mind, and I'll share some thoughts on that as well. And the definition of health, and we're all aware of it, is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And I think the future of healthcare, and I was delighted to see within the thematic areas of the Global South Arts and Health Week that you covered so many areas in terms of mental health, neuroscience, brain development, innovation, equity. There's just so many areas, and the creative economy, which is certainly an opportunity for the future, particularly with AI coming forward. You'll see a disruption in many industries, which will place an onus on the creative arts, and I think that's where people will look and focus our attention in the future. In terms of healthcare and the future of healthcare and which way we go forward, I think we're all aware of the situation within the health system and how much pressure it's under. And on the left-hand side is really what we have developed, which is a real sick care model. It's basically disease management. We wait for people to fall ill and then we take interventions. And that really is not the future. And we can see that within the system at the moment. It's really, buckling under what we went through with COVID. It exposed the vulnerabilities of the system. But on the right hand side is really what the creative arts is and the area that we're focused on today. And I truly believe that the people on this call are the pioneers of the future, because this is the area that will be of significant growth. And I mean, we can create millions of jobs on this side, and it's not difficult to prove a value proposition on this side. And I want to just set the context for people so that people are well aware of the situation within the health sector at the moment and kind of the pressures that we're under. So, there's a predicted staff shortfall of 18 million by 2030. This was a keynote I gave in Romania pre-pandemic, where I spoke about the impact of One Health and the situation that we are facing around, rising costs, the population rising, the number of people over the age of 60, and really the system is just not prepared for this, and it never will be. And actually we can see that at the moment it's actually failing. And then I just wanted to set some context, and I'll skip through this because I appreciate some of this is very, sort of going into the economic side of it. But I think for everyone here, it's important to understand the value proposition that the arts can actually bring to the table, because the arts gives people, that meaning, and it certainly improves people's health and well-being, and everything has a cost. So it's really important that the arts kind of leverage, and you guys leverage that kind of value proposition towards the health sector. And there is a lot of money within the health sector. It just needs that business model. So I hope people can appreciate where I'm coming from. So just in the UK, for example, you can see here there's 2.5 million people out sick at the moment, and the cost to the economy is about 150 billion, which is about 7% of GDP. So just think of it, if the arts can relieve some of that pressure, that's where you can bring in your capital to support these programs and projects. And this is sort of what you see in hospitals at the moment. But the problem is they only do it on a 1-year basis. They only say it's a pilot program. And really what we need is like 10-year strategies. What is interesting in this figure, what I wanted to just highlight as well, a lot of these numbers go up when you hit austerity. So it's really important for lower middle income countries who are developing, Africa and Asia and Latin America, to really invest in long-term strategies. So don't follow what's happened in Europe, certainly in terms of developing your health structures. Look at this creative arts as a real opportunity to move forward and actually create a well-being economy. I just wanted to touch on the context in terms of staffing. We've lost 115,000 workers from COVID. Unfortunately, we've had 28.4 million elective surgeries delayed. And then in terms of going forward, we see the disease burden just rising. And I know there's a lot of people on the call here from the Global Brain Health Institute, and, dementia will be a huge issue going forward. And we need to look at how we support these people. I'm only going to touch on the climate situation. I think everyone is aware. The arts can play a significant role, I believe, in raising awareness, but also tackling some of these issues around mental health and well-being. I wanted to just make everyone aware of air pollution, fossil fuels, the cost, trillions of dollars, 8 billion a day. So we really need to be aware of that. Mental health, again, the arts plays a huge role, particularly around children's health and well-being. And then finally, just want to go into the sort of solutions and give you an understanding of what the World Health Innovation Summit has been pioneering. And very much this is around the arts. And you'll see this is one of our events, and it's very much community focused. And it's about bringing health services and empowering people with giving them the tools to manage their own health and well-being. This is where I believe that, there's the future of health systems. And this is also a great opportunity to create jobs and create, new opportunities. I'm just going to touch briefly on the investment supply chain so that people can understand where you get your economic model from. I'll just touch on that briefly so you can see that it's very similar to the technology companies in the world who leverage their business models. And then what spins off from that is how you create your impact, you create your analysis, and how you create these preventative healthcare platforms. you develop programs in schools, in the workplace, and in seniors, and then you create this whole ecosystem which can be then scaled globally. This is what we're doing with the Global Social Prescribing Alliance. We're now anchoring this into health institutions within the NHS and across our partners in Japan and around the world. And I just wanted the people to understand that the health system is shifting from managing disease to prevention. And in the UK, we've invested, I think, about 450 million, 3,500 link workers employed. So there's a huge shift. And then the final, just touching on other areas that we're developing around place-based impact investing. And again, this brings in opportunities to finance programs. We're developing this model in the UK, which is around bringing the stakeholders together, investing in projects, and then scaling them up, but looking at the health impacts. A little bit more about this on the website I can share. And then I wanted to also talk about, what we're doing, what the kind of areas I'm collaborating on to sort of further this agenda. We're going to launch the Quality Music Foundation, which is with a friend of mine, Gsahw, who's a pianist, world-renowned pianist. And we're really focusing on, what the arts can do in terms of music and how it can actually support people's health and well-being. I touched on earlier the Great Green Wall of Africa, and I do believe that Africa will substantially lead change in this area. I'm working very closely with the Great Green Wall of Africa and the foundation. We're supported by the African Union and other members. And at COP, we plan to launch a number of initiatives, and we're definitely using culture and arts to drive sustainable development. So that's one of our areas. This is just some of the team. I know some of our colleagues are from Nigeria and other members of the African Union, so you can get a touch of it. The final thing, I just wanted to touch on why the arts means so much to me, and also the impact on patients. So many years ago, a few years ago, my daughter unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer at a very young age. And I wanted to explain to everyone here that there is such a significant impact on the outcomes of people's health and well-being from it makes such a difference when the arts is involved in the treatment plan. And I just wanted to give the example here. My daughter, this was her at 3 years of age. She went through her treatment. And then at 10, you can see her there, she's thriving. And I truly believe that the arts played a significant role in this. So I'm 100% behind this initiative, and I'm here to help and support. And I hope that this keynote has given you an insight into the future of healthcare and what we can do as a group collectively by working together to enable these opportunities to happen. So I'll stop there. I can take any questions, but I hope that that's sufficient. So thank you very much for this opportunity, Kunle and team.
Thank you so much, Gareth. There's so many things that you mentioned that stood out for me. The first and foremost one being, I've never actually thought about us actually having, we don't think of it as, we know that job creation is going to be something that takes place, but it's not something that we always think about leveraging when we do things in terms of arts and health, well, specifically for me. And for us to see that there are different ways that the job creation element can be instilled within the initiatives that we create is incredibly amazing. And I loved what you mentioned about giving people the tools to take control of their own health using the arts. And I think that's really beautiful, because a lot of the times the control is always in an external person, whether that's a clinic or a healthcare institution or something like that. And just the idea, the general idea that we're now giving the control, we're giving resilience essentially back to the people who are involved is incredibly poignant for me, and it really stood out. And I do want to say that I'm very happy that your daughter is doing much better. And as Kunle likes to say, the arts really does bring the humanity back within health spaces. So I'm very happy that she got the opportunity to be in a space where it wasn't just about illness and infirmity, and it was her actually doing things that were in the arts. But yeah, that really touched me, honestly, to see her experience and to see her thriving at the end and to see what that process looked like. So that was really beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, I really do believe in the arts in terms of, I think there's a job creation opportunity there. That's something that I truly believe will accelerate over the coming years. So I think this is a big opportunity for you.
Hmm. All right. I see that Alexander Franklin has raised their hands. Before I just give you the floor, Alex, I'm just gonna say, Deborah says, thank you for the insightful information and thank you for sharing your personal evidence-based outcomes, which I think is really, like I said, also that's one of the things that stood out really beautifully for me. But Alex. Is it Alex who raised their hands? I'm
I
not seeing now the raised hand.
I think you have some, just to say, I think you have some people on that are, putting some messages in there. So I wouldn't give too many people the floor. Like just I noticed.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna control that and then kick out the people who are
Yeah.
doing that, and then we'll move forward with if anyone
If
has
anyone has any questions.
sorry about what's happening in the chat, but if anyone has any questions, I would actually say please don't send it to the meeting group chat. Either message me or Franca personally while we deal with what is happening in the chat, and then we will express your questions out loud for Gareth.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I hope people can see that there is a big opportunity here, and I hope that people can see that, very much when you are looking at this, it's particularly from the health sector's perspective, what they look for is kind of the what cost savings can be made, and the arts can clearly demonstrate that, so and remember, there's every attendance, that you're stopping, any admission that you're stopping, that all has a cost. Unfortunately, the system will continuously, that slot where you take someone out of the system, it will instantly be put back in because there's such a demand at the moment. But if you can keep people out of hospital, and you can improve their mental health and well-being, there is significant cost that isn't measured at the moment. It isn't really taken into account. But the act of kindness that you guys do every weekend, that will have a benefit. It's just that nobody measures it at the moment. But as we develop this model and it becomes more, widespread, we will be able to measure that and then give that outcome.
Yeah. I have a well, I guess it's more of a comment from Amy Lee, who is the CEO of Dance for Healing. Amy says, beautiful, yes. I went back to my childhood love of music, dance, and arts, which accelerated my stage. I'm so bad with Roman numerals. I'm hoping this is 5, but I'm not sure. It's it's an I and a V. I have no idea what that is. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Cancer recovery, and astonished my doctors and care team. This is why I'm committed to bringing art and health with our AI telehealth platform to increase accessibility and personalized engagement for those who are stuck at home. So I totally understand and am touched by how art makes a difference on your daughter's recovery journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
so that
wanted to
was
give context. I wanted to give context. But is there
yeah.
any more other questions? Like, I can share the presentation, I'll share with everyone. I mean, I can send it to everyone. And there's all the information is on our website and that. So, and I'm very much looking forward to working with Cunley and the team here as we go forward on this.
Yes. Okay. All right. In terms of your question, Unapam, Anupam, I'm really sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Trish did actually send the information. You can contact info at Global South Arts and Health Week or gsahw.com. Or you can contact or you can just go to www.gsahw.com gsahw.com. And then on there, you will see all of the different country festival directors, and then you can link up with somebody who's more local within your country. And then I'm sure that will help. Amy Lee says that my question is for a US entity, how to collaborate with UK programs to bring our telehealth platform to the UK. So basically, I think she just wants to know how a collaboration can take place between the UK and the US with her being a US entity.
Well, when you approach, there's a lot of governance involved, so you need to have you have to have approval from different regulatory authorities. I can try and find some of the details, but you have to basically the best way to do it is go to an academic health and science network event, and then just introduce yourself. But please be aware that that market is very saturated. So you need to understand that, so that's where everyone goes. What I would suggest is that there is a far greater market in the community. So you need to always think outside the box and where are the opportunities. The current system is actually overwhelmed with solutions. There are plenty of solutions. But the problem is that it's so overwhelmed with so much information, it can't really take a strategic overview. So there are opportunities in the community. And there may be some things that we're working on in the future that I can help with as well.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And then we have Deborah who says, okay, Trish says, thank you, Gareth. So many points that are helpful in thinking how to move forward. And then Deborah also says, measured outcomes need us to convince our ministers of health to collaborate with us as arts and health practitioners. I'm assuming Deborah is speaking from a Lesotho and South African background because she's from Lesotho. Deborah, correct me if I'm wrong. The impact can then be measured and scaled. This is where we need support in Africa. So basically, she's talking about the fact that there's not a lot of collaboration within governmental structures, especially with our ministers of health and departments of health in Africa.
I have been meeting ministers of health. I met with Tanzanian government recently, but I am very much involved with the Great Green Wall of Africa. We will be making a number of presentations at the COP. And there's a lot of information on my LinkedIn. I've just shared some information this morning. Africa, as I said, will really, I think, drive this agenda forward because you have such a great need. Also, you don't need to develop that ecosystem that's European model, so you can also leapfrog a lot of the issues that we have in Europe and create these new jobs in the arts, which will then offset these problems long term. And don't forget, there is a lot of investment that will flow into Africa. There's a lot of people working on this at the moment, but it just needs that collective effort from everyone to get behind these things. It's also a mindset and the ambition. But once you have that ambition and mindset, pretty much you can do anything.
This is so true. Okay, I'm gonna take two more comments or questions, and then we have to move on with the program, unfortunately. But as Gareth has said, you are more than welcome to get in touch with us with any more of the questions that you have. Gareth will also be sharing the PowerPoint, the presentation that he also shared. So there'll be some extra information on that as well. We have Michelle who says, I'm based in the UK. I've been providing arts for people's health in the community for over 15 years. I'm currently working FT.
Full-time.
I don't know what FT is.
Full-time.
Full-time, okay. For a social enterprise delivering arts in the community, but would like to go freelance in collaboration with others so I can focus on the arts and health work I'd like to develop. Do you have any advice on where I should start, especially in terms of making a living as like a freelance person?
Yeah, well, look, I'll tell you, my wife is an artist and she started similarly. She just went out, and you just got to put yourself out there, share your content online, and take a risk. by the way, risk is everything. Fear of failure. So I'm a serial failure, by the way. That's what I'm really good at. Learn from failure and then just keep moving forward. And also work. The great thing is here with this group. You know, you have a really great group here. And work with people who are similar minded, and then you will get things done. And don't be afraid. Put yourself out there. And then your value will also, remember, you know, you'll see this gadget here, the iPhone. And when Steve Jobs launched that, it was worth maybe about $100. Okay, now it's worth $1,300. So your value increases over time. So keep that legacy going. It's very much like the World Health Innovation Summit. When we started that platform as a concept, it was just a concept. I literally launched it as an idea. You know, and then you can create this global platform. It's the same with the arts group here that you guys are doing. You start with nothing, and then over time it accumulates value. So just go and do it. Don't wait for anyone. And I wish you all the very best of luck. Remember that we need leaders, and Kunli is definitely creating leaders here. And we as a group, we need more leaders. So let's look at the state of affairs of the world, take ownership, take responsibility, and let's move this forward. So unfortunately, I have to go, but I've really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope it's been helpful. So thanks for everyone.
Thank you so much, Gareth. All right, we're going to move on swiftly to the next thing on our program. And next up, we have pop culture for social change in Zimbabwe. And we have Plot Mahakwe, who's going to be basically giving us the breakdown of that. Plot, you can take the floor whenever you're ready. That's if he's still with us. All right. It looks like Plot isn't with us right now, but that's okay. We're going to move on swiftly. But we do have a video for Plot. So I'm going to let Franca take over on that front so she can share the screen, and let's go. And I see Iman is already going like Zimbabwe representing and all that jazz. So yeah, let's take it away, Franca.
Hello, welcome to this thing called life. Don't you let it pass you by. Oh, we've been waiting for the day you'd arise. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins when you take a stride. So take a leap on this road of possibilities. Be brave, go chase after all your dreams. Be bold now, row against the stream. Now is your time, can you see it? Keep hope alive and believe that you're the one we've been waiting for. Look up at the stars, you will see that the future is bright. Oh, believe that you're the one we've been waiting for. Show us what you've got in store. Hello, welcome to a brand new day. Don't worry, it is not too late. Shake off the dust, don't let the sun go to waste. Oh, against the stream. Now is your time, can you see it? Keep hope alive and believe that you're the one we've been waiting for. Look up at the stars, you will see that your future is bright. Oh, believe that you're the one we've been waiting for. Show us what you've got in store. Thank you, and hopefully see you guys soon. Bye.
All right, that was Sinmidele, who is a Global Arts and Medicine Fellow, from 2020. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little intermission, that little break from all the speaking. But moving on swiftly, we are going to be having a creative participatory public health alcohol research in Nepal presentation. And we are going to have Dr. Ranjita Dital, who is a lecturer in interdisciplinary health studies in the Arts and Sciences Department at the University College London. For some reason, I see your face and I lose my words and I'm stuttering now, Dr. Ranjita. So please do excuse me, but please take it away. It's beautiful to see you again.
Thank you very much, Ria. I am not the co-host. I think my dad is online. I think he's been made the co-host. We have the same surname. I think it's my dad. But if I could be made a co-host, then I could share my slides. Thank you.
You're already a co-host.
Right, sorry. Oh, I think I'll try to share. Let's see. Can you see my slides? Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So for this, it's actually, well, there'll be three of us presenting, and myself, my colleague Gsahw Yong Kunwa, Kate at Luxian, who I'm working with on this really exciting project, which is just started, and I'll give you a little bit of a background. So thank you for the lovely introduction, Ria. So yes, I'm working as an academic, but I'm also a pharmacist and I'm also a sculpt. So I have dual interest in arts and sciences, and I bring them to my research and teaching. And I'll kind of mention a little bit about Nepal and alcohol problems. People may not know Nepal to have sort of be a place that has a kind of really worrying, concerning alcohol problems, and about the current research we're doing now and ideas for the future. And I've got here a map of Nepal where we are. Oops, sorry, it's between India and China. It's landlocked. It's known for its beautiful Himalayan mountains and nature. You know, this is what tourists and people who are on the outside see Nepal, and tourism is one of its sort of biggest industries. And we have a very distinctive flag, as you can see, and you know, sort of multiple religions. Its main is Hinduism, but also Buddhism. So it's a really kind of diverse, very rich country, even though when we talk about sort of low income financially, it is a poor country. So we have this duality. And when we talk about drinking, there's just different ways that people drink. It's been part of our cultural heritage for thousands of years. I'm originally from Nepal. I was born in Nepal. I'm Nepali, but I now live in London in the UK. And alcohol is brought from shops and bars in a similar way in the Western world, but as well as made traditionally. And some of these images here, you can see there's this woman in red. She's actually home brewing alcohol from grain, and sometimes this is fermented or distilled. And when it's just distilled, you can make alcohol concentration to up to like 40%, and that's the same as whiskey, you know, that you buy sort of commercially, and it's very cheap, readily available, and usually women do this, usually older women who have not had the skills and training opportunities to do other work. So people don't do this out of choice; it's out of necessity. So when we're looking at public health interventions, we really need to understand the reality and concerns of people. And I've sort of been involved in alcohol research from my PhD. I used to be an addiction specialist pharmacist. So whenever I've designed research programs and projects, this is usually the model that we see. And this data was collected from sort of multi-site studies supported by the WHO some years ago. It is mainly from a Western population, but it also includes population from some countries in Africa and South America. And it is not, I mean, this sort of pattern seems to be in the UK, but anyway, so that is kind of fairly accurate for the UK. And, you know, most people are low risk, 75%. They drink within what's recommended. There's this middle group, the harmful, hazardous, and the dependent is only 2%. And my research is focused on this middle group, designing brief interventions. This is talking in a motivational way. It doesn't have to be a specialist to support somebody so that they can reduce into low risk, the green sort of bar below. So a lot of research has focused on this. So when I looked at Nepal, the data isn't very accurate, but we're getting some survey data, and this is what we found. And I've been sort of putting it together as well and bringing things from different sources. You know, I'll just show you the image from here and the difference. You know, much higher proportion of people are dependent drinkers, 12%, compared to the 2 in the sort of Western population. And this harmful group, this sort of middle group when I talk is those that don't drink in a dependent way, but when they do, they're going to drink on a Friday evening after work, but other times that they're fine. So they're drinking in a way that's sort of great risk for themselves, and they would have long-term problems if they continued in that way. So what I'm saying here is the research that we have, and you know, yes, it's the dependent drinkers is very high, and also those who drink, 69% consume sort of home brewed alcohol. So this is as I showed you in the image. So this is really different kind of settings. This is a different environment which requires different types of approaches, different interventions, different ways that we do research, and different ways of understanding community. So I was working a couple of years ago on this project in Nepal, and we really thought, you know, we need to find out what are the experiences, what's going on, how do people drink, what do they consider to be helpful for them. So wanted to do this study very sort of participatory using photo voice approaches. So we gave our participants cameras to take photographs of things around them that they considered either increase or decrease their drinking. And we didn't say, you know, to look at anything. We just kept it very open. We really wanted people to kind of have the agency to kind of explore their environment and tell us. They were the experts. They have the lived experience to tell us. Using photography, it didn't have to be words to articulate, but using the photography to enable a kind of new form of articulation. So this work has been published, and through this work, you know, it was as a cultural community asset mapping that we did, as well as the photo voice interviews. And I'm just showing you that, you know, what we were looking at was really kind of like a positive sort of public health, looking at what resources and assets communities already have, rather than looking at it from a deficit model. So, and the outcomes, it was an interview study, and we did some thematic analysis, and it was really lovely, the themes that came from this. And these are some images of our participants' photographs, and we kind of advised them not to take photographs of people. So they took photographs of their animals, their fields, what was around them, and in that, these are places that people felt comfortable to talk about. And these are really lovely themes. They felt that culture and spirituality was very important in reducing alcohol harm, and also influences of families and communities. Sometimes they could be very helpful, but at the same time, they could also be not so positive in helping them reduce their drinking. And nature and environment was seen as being a very important resource and asset for them. So following on from that, here we are with this current study that Kate and Gsahw and I are working together with other colleagues from, in our project. And this is a knowledge exchange project. So we're still exploring, you know, the terrain, the environment. And I really liked what Gareth Pesh said, kind of, you know, working with the community, trying to understand things that are really invisible and hidden. So this is we're looking at this study is taking place in Kathmandu, and we're engaging with communities to find out about their lived experiences as well, but also sort of different types of communities. So people who drink, who don't drink, who are affected by drinking, from others drinking, creative communities, people that work in businesses, different types, and how alcohol is really kind of not looking at it from a narrow perspective, excuse me, but seeing like the networks and the webs of trying to build this ecosystem of how alcohol affects people's lives. And we're using, we're kind of, this is an ethnographic observation study, but also we can have workshops where people can make and do things. And instead of having a conference at the end, we can have a community festival, however people feel comfortable to come together and talk. So this is really driven by kind of the local community. And I'm just showing you here, sorry about these small words, but the team, we have quite a diverse team. So Gsahw and Kate are here, will be talking after me, but the WHO Nepal are our partners. So we're looking at this from a community level, but also at a policy level. So the ground level and also the meta level. And I think that's really important, particularly if you want to plan future research, future programs, inform policy. So this is quite an exciting project. And we have artists, academics, we have healthcare and mental health academics, as well as practitioners and other collaborators and advisors on this project. So, and I want to say that this work is continuing. I mentioned in my last talk on Saturday that I also have a special issue on a new paradigm for a creative global health. I'm a co-editor for this journal, Perspectives in Public Health, and I'm keen and really want to encourage different forms of knowledge creation and different forms of expressions of understanding about global health in a new way, because we really need new approaches. So this issue, I hope, will can illuminate that, and that this is open for submissions until 31st of January. So I will now stop, and I'll give the floor to Gsahw, who will talk about his exciting ethnographic observations of our study area. So I think Gsahw is with us and I'll be changing the slide. So I'll just mute myself. Is Gsahw here? Oops. Thanks.
Oh, am I audible? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you, Gsahw, but we can't see you. Actually, maybe because I'm.
You are presenting, I think.
Oh, yes, that's it. Great. Okay. So you should be presenting, not me.
Okay, I will start from my introduction. Thank you, Ranjita, for a beautiful presentation. I am Gsahw Jungkumar from Nepal, and I am working in a researcher in creative health in Papa of Kathmandu and UCL Nepal. So today I'll present on scoping process and what I'm doing in Nepal, scoping a process in pattern. Okay, next slide, please. There are different methods and processes in scoping, and we are using processes like taking images of alcohol advertisement in public places, restaurants and festivals and bars, etc. How alcohol has been advertised in public places, and similarly, I'm talking to people on their drinking habits and perception on their drinking, and observing harmful patterns of drinking as well. Slide is not moving.
I've just changed the slide. Can you see?
Yeah, it has been sent now. Okay, this is the place. There are in outside the cafe and restaurants, alcohol has been advertised in local areas of Patan. And I am also talking to people on their drinking habits, observing their patterns and perception on drinking, and changing a culture of drinking, train of drinking, that imitating Western cultures, and the trend has been changed in drinking patterns in Nepal nowadays. And during scoping process, I also talk to people and observe people and their drinking culture and perceptions. And this is the example of a cafe working child. He was drinking. He was like age of 15 years, but drinking. He has a habit of drinking, and at the same time he works in a small cafe. Similarly, I used to scope like scoping news which are posted on social medias and promotion of alcohol and people asking for help to get out of addiction. Like then this is a figure, and Nepali beer company Arna Beer has promoting their page through their Facebook and other social medias, where they are announcing that if their Facebook or social media reach out to 10K followers, 10 lakh followers, they will announce 10 lakh prize to Nepali women's cricket national women cricket team. These are from promotion of alcohol in medias. Okay, next slide, please. At the same time, I'm writing notes and reflecting those notes with project team like Ranjita and Kate. I have seen changing. I already mentioned that the trends of taking alcohol have been changed. In the earlier, men used to drink, but women there used to be less women drinkers. But the trend has changed. Women are also involved in drinking, and they are participating freely in festivals and engaging. And it has been like begun to be normal. And in the occasion of festivals, there are various festivals in Nepal, and in the occasion of festivals, people drink like the change and the pattern of drinking has been changed, and people are consuming alcohol in a harmful way. Okay, next slide. And at the same time, I'm also reading literatures related to cultures and tradition in which alcohol is consumed, or alcohol is related the given to deities, especially we have our project in Kathmandu Valley. Kathmandu Valley is a place which is best uh, famous for its jatras, because there are people, Newari people, and in jatras, in various jatras, we can see the harmful consumption of alcohol can be seen in these festivals. People are consuming alcohol, and most importantly, local alcohol, like illicit production of alcohol, homemade alcohol is consumed in these jatras. And at the same time, we are doing scoping community and cultural assets, where community there are community and cultural assets where people can use them as the other assets. Like this is the image outside Patan, and youth are playing cricket in a protective area in Patan during daytime. This is the cultural community assets. And we have cultural assets also. Nepal is culturally rich and culturally, spiritually rich and diverse. So in this figure, we can see, I also have a video, but I cannot play right now. So students seem chanting spiritual mantras near Patan in Jagat Guru Ashram in Patan. There, Patan is a historically rich in arts, cultures, and spiritually. So we can see lots of cultural assets near our project intervention area. Next slide. And this is the images that taken place in Indra Jatra. In Indra Jatra, it's the biggest Jatra of Kathmandu Valley. During this festival in celebration, and local wine Gsahw, it's Gsahw is given to people, and from Roth, and people seems to be enjoying and these festivals during in the Jatra, and this is the representative image of the Jatra. Next slide. There are some of the images during the Jatras, alcohol advertisement is freely, and they are also reducing the price of alcohol. In normal occasion, the price of one bottle of beer is up to $5 US, but during alcohol, it's from up to 3 or 4 or 3. So there is image of the Virgin Gold alcohol brand ad near Sangkong Park, near Skopeng areas. Next slide. I think this is it. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Now it's go to Kate. Thank you so much.
Hi, I think Kate is next and should be presenting. Are you there, Kate?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I've changed.
It's understandable reasonings behind it, so it's just good. So I'm Kate. I'm helping with doing the research and stuff based out of the UK. And I come from a background of the fine arts as well as public health. I've got an MFA in sculpture and design and an MPH in public health. And so you can go ahead and switch to the next slide. What I'm going to end up talking about today is kind of a cursory analysis of part of the process of what we'll be doing, from looking at the evidence that's available in terms of the published evidence, so what's in policy, what's in peer-reviewed articles, etc. So in this case, it's an example of a policy. And this is just kind of taking and looking at the SAFER initiative, which is around ways in which alcohol harm can be reduced. So looking at the points here, I'm going to focus primarily on RAISE and some of these other bits, but the document itself is really meant for government officials. And so the way in which it's laid out, it's talking about implement, monitor, protect, and it's important to know then what the context of those terms are. So it's the expectation of government officials to implement. The monitoring is really one of the few areas where there's a discussion of kind of the individual level, because everything before that is primarily sort of higher level in regards to like the hierarchy socially and organizationally for where the activity is happening, as well as then to the discussion around things of publications, policies as being instruments, and then the overall plan. And when it comes down to protect, that third term, it's not so much protecting the population in the way that the language is stated, but it's looking at protecting the policy-making process from interference from the alcohol industry. So all of this framing is really important, especially since the purpose of what we're trying to do is to kind of move beyond what Sarah Ahmed calls doing the document, of just kind of having that in there and looking at what's the design and the structure. What's the design and the structure.
Hi, Kate. Sorry to interrupt you. Just so you're aware, there's only 60 seconds left.
Okay, let's go to the next slide then. That's a really quick one to do. So very, very quickly, the issue or main concern with the slide or the policy that we're looking at in this case is it's all looking at the higher level stuff. I don't know if Ranjit, if you can move the slide. There we go. So the issue that's come up is within the policy, there's not a discussion of the individual level, which Ranjita and Gsahw have done an excellent job highlighting the fact that one of the key things, though, is that there's very intrinsic links between culture and alcohol at that individual level. That's not considered in a policy that's kind of a broader sweeping policy that's meant to be applied in multiple contexts. So in order to be able to assess that and get a better idea of how to move forward, using a visual representation of the written word helps to translate that a little bit better. And so this is the preliminary or kind of start of moving towards creating mandalas based off of each of the publications, the policies that we'll be looking at, the peer-reviewed publications that we'll be looking at, to translate them into being able to understand how they operate along all of these different levels, as well as to make them translatable and understandable to a broader audience, to be able to allow that co-production to take place more seamlessly when working with the community. Co-production to take place more seamlessly when working with the community.
I'm so sorry, Kate, but unfortunately that's time. I will ask that Dr. Ranjita Vittal please share the slides so that people can see all of the extra information that you guys had for us. But unfortunately, that's our time for you guys for the day. But as people are saying in the chat, this has been a wonderful case study, and we're so proud to see the work that you guys have been doing. Thank you so much, Dr. Ranjita. Thank you so much, Kate, and thank you, Gsahw, for the amazing work that you guys have been doing. All right, so moving on swiftly, I'm going to hand over to my beautiful and gorgeous co-host, because we're getting to the part of our program where we're going to find out exactly what's been happening in the different countries for the Global South Arts and Health Week over the past week. I am so excited to see the amazing things that everybody's been doing in all the different countries that we've had moving forward. I'm just going to say, if, for example, the festival director for a specific, so for example, Argentina, please make sure that you just raise your hand so that we know exactly who's presenting for that specific group and for that specific country. So make sure that your hand is already raised. And as it moves forward from there, I'm just going to basically post the list of who's going up when shortly in the chat. We have Argentina, then Uganda, then Botswana, then Cameroon, then Ghana. So those are the first four. So I will be in the chat making sure that everybody is up to date with whatever we need to do. But please just make sure that you raise your hand so that we know exactly who needs to be unmuted so that they can present. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to hand it.
All right, and thank you, Ria, for doing an amazing job of anchoring the first segment of this event. Like she has already explained, in the last 1 week, we have had a marathon of events happening in different countries, on different continents around the world. And we are really impressed with what our country festival director, as well as their assistants, have done. It's been fantastic. And if you've not been able to follow up, no worries. Our country festival directors will be giving us a brief presentation of what their week has looked like in their respective countries. And I can see a couple of them raising their hands already. For Argentina, I don't see any hands.
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Awesome.
I am here.
So you have the floor.
I can share. Well, good morning. I can share my.
Oh, you would like to share? So I will quickly make you a co-host so that
very quickly. Yes,
you
very
can.
quickly.
Awesome.
Okay, we prepare our weeks for the end of October. We made in our unity of researcher in our hospital and in our university, and it's in between 17 and 20 October. We organize the activity virtual and presential. The first day we make activities at arts, movement and perception, poetic imaginaries and health, and we watch a documentary, Frontline at Fire, Honor and Attitude. It's about the pandemic. The second day is art and healthy aging. We work with the old people, and for close this activity is with the orchestra of the Florencio Varela is the place. And the same day in the afternoon, we pass another documentary, is Cannabis Medicinal. And the last day, we make music and health with the music of the core of the university and the young people who participate in this code and this orchestra in the area. It's a very poor area, and we are very proud of work with them. And always the week we have a permanent exposition when different subjects about, as can you see, can art help, illustrated words, because it's a relation between the neuroscience. Our group is about work in neuroscience and arts, and neuroanatomical rhapsody, in humanized care, language, territory, and mapping. It is well, and the other subject, I won't take more time. But well, we are very, very, very happy to can organize this very good this time to inspire of us to continue to work, to respect the time we have, and invite everybody. I pass a link because with all this activity can be accessed by virtual, so we can share with everybody. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Sylvia. It truly was, it looked like you guys had an amazing 1 week, and we're glad that you found the time to share with us here. So you can just drop the link like you've already mentioned, and others can view what the experience was like in Argentina. So quickly, I would like us to move to Uganda with my dear friend, Rodney, who is the country festival director. So 5 minutes, Rodney.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here. And can I share my screen, Franca?
I'm on it.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You are co-host, so feel free.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So in Uganda, we had a couple of activities, and these were both physical and virtual, where we focused more on different themes among the 17. We picked out 4 themes, and we're very glad and honored to be to have represented some of the activities, but also have had some of the physical activities happen here in Uganda. And I'll share with you some of them. These are some of the 4 themes we selected. The first one being mental health, because it's one of the prevalent topics that are being talked about here in Uganda. Child health was also one of the topics, health promotion and education, as well as climate change and environment and environmental health. I didn't do this alone. I had a great team of people that I picked on to help me with this work, who I happened to even meet physically. We had a team of that had doctors, we had artists, fashion designers, and all these people played a role in, some of them are even on the call. They played a role in seeing that some of these activities come to life, especially the virtual.
Apologies, Rodney. Please, could you make your screen full so we can see you?
Oh.
Thank you.
Can I what?
Make your screen full.
Yeah, so full, eh? All right. Do that.
You can just click on presentation down.
Let me do that shortly.
Yeah, you can just go towards the bottom screen where you have the Zoom. The first icon towards 2.
Oh.
First, the icon towards 62.
This,
yes. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you. Sorry about that. We also had a team of people we reached out to that were very influential, but also very participatory in this. And we are very glad and happy to have had some of the conversations, some of the intimate and in-depth conversations around mental health, around child health with these people. And each of them come from different fields that represent different topics that they talk about, like mental health. We had Dr. Sabrina, who comes from Mulago Hospital, and she's a pediatrician. We had some of the one of my friend who is a podcaster who happened to interview Dr. Christian from Tanzania. So we also had some cross exchange engagement when it came to the activities. And some of these links are online. You can, I'll share them in the group. We had some of the partners as well. And some of these people you've seen in the previous slide are some of the people who run these organizations and great initiatives that are pushing for mental health and conversations around how arts can be a vehicle towards improved well-being and improved public health. And of course, these are some of the conversations we had, and a few links there. You could go and check them out on the Global South Arts in Health Week page, but also on our personal pages. But I'll also be sharing the links within the group chat. And these are some of the pictorials. I happen to host an open studio at my studio. I'm an artist, a visual artist by profession. And one of the things we're looking at is to how they can understand the value of using art to create positive. Of course, they engaged in paint. I had a studio visit where people still engaged in the painting activities. I also had a friend, Victoria, who is a Global South Art in Medicine Fellowship, that did an activity with the children in the slums. We thank you very much, the partners and everyone that made this happen, everyone that tuned into our activities and engagements. And yeah, we are very glad to have participated in this. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney, and thank you, Uganda, for sharing your experience with us. It was truly an insightful and colorful week in Uganda. So quickly, we'll be moving on to Botswana, and I can see a hand raised. Is Doris for Botswana, please? Okay, I would just unmute Doris because she has had her hand up for a while, and I just want you to, yes. Oh, you can unmute yourself, please.
Hi, I'm not for Botswana, I'm from Ghana. I'm for Ghana, so it's not my turn yet.
Okay. You can actually go ahead.
Okay, then that's fine.
Back to Botswana.
Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, so good morning. Hello, everyone. Good morning here in Ghana. My name is Doris Komla, and I'm presenting for Ghana. So in Ghana, what we did for Ghana's Gsahw was dance-a-thon. Can you see my full screen? Yeah, can you see my full screen, please?
Yeah, I can see it now.
So great. So what we did for Ghana was a dance-a-thon, and we tried to our focus was bringing joy to the elderly in Accra. And we also tried to make sure that the focus was around, so our thematic area was good health and well-being, but focusing on the vulnerable groups. So our objective was to raise awareness around the benefits of dance, excuse me, for the elderly, foster intergenerational connection, bring joy and improve the well-being of the elderly residents. And that was what we set out to do. This is like a highlight video. It's like just a couple of seconds, but this was the heart of what happened in the event. Yeah, so that's it. So it was, our focus, like we said, was to reach the elderly, and the project's outcomes and the facts about it was we reached 2 elderly homes in Accra. We engaged with, we had 1 volunteer on board. We conducted 5 dance sessions. 70 elderly participants benefited from it. It was a total of a 4-hour dance and interactive sessions with all the centers that we connected with. And of course, by the video, you'd see a lot of smiles on their faces. They really had such a good time. And the challenges, I think one of the challenges we faced was communication. It was a challenge for us to communicate, but thankfully we were able to get someone. Another one we faced was the lack of resources, you know, especially people, you know. First off, it was a entirely self-funded project. So it was a little overwhelming. And so we had to just work with what we had. Then resistance from elderly participants, not intentionally, but you know, some of them, especially the male folk, it's always like a challenge for them. Some for health reasons, they can't move past their body past a certain degree, limited access in elderly homes. So there's some, we also face that, like they're elderly homes, but you don't know about them, or you see them online, but you can't connect with them, you know, because you don't see a number you can contact, stuff like that. So it was very challenging for us to get more elderly homes to work with. We also had limited mobility of participants. Like I said, some of them had health concerns and as elderly people, some of them are, you know, suffering from stroke and stuff like that. So that also kind of affected how we worked. So the solutions was we collaborated with the elderly care centers and professionals. We provided one-on-one support for hesitant participants. So what we did was the ones who could move just their hands, we interacted with them just with that. You know, the ones who could move just their heads, you know, we did that so we had to try and modify the dance, you know, to be suitable to the participants. We had to bring interpreter as well for the communication challenges and all. So the future advice, and this is something that really has my heart, and I just want to plead with all of us as we think about the ways that we are bringing intervention into our countries with the platforms that we have. Please think about factoring in the elderly in the things that you do, because the demography and the stories were so heartbreaking to see how many people don't even have a desire to connect with the elderly. Now we are a world that all we just think about is, hey, do they have food to eat? Are they comfortable? But the biggest challenge they kept stressing on is the social connection that they miss and they lack. And sometimes we think they should get it because we move them to the age centers. But even the main thoughts of saying you moved me is already a challenge for them. So yeah,
hi, Doris.
That's the challenge. Yeah, hi.
Have you like 30 seconds left to the end of your
presentation? That's fine. So yeah, so just want to thank all the people that were part of it. And that's it. I'm done.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Ghana.
You.
Yeah, it was insightful to see that you worked with the elderly and you gave us a call to action. Absolutely love that you shared the problems, because we know that pulling off stuff like this doesn't come without challenges. And we thank you for your vulnerability, your devotion, and we'd like to move on to the next country. I heard that Botswana is on the call. So if Botswana can just quickly raise his or her hand so we can make you co-host and unmute you. Otherwise, we move to Cameroon. And like Ria advised, for country festival directors who are on the call, kindly raise your hand so we know who to unmute. Okay, I don't hear anything from Botswana. I don't hear anything from Cameroon. I don't see anything in the chat. So my assumption is they are working on their presentation. So I'd like to quickly move to Nigeria. And
Cameroon has been waving their hands. Please check, Professor Anibon.
Oh, can my tech team assist? Oh, awesome. So you can unmute yourself now, Professor.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. If I'm permitted to share my screen, I would really appreciate that.
Yes, you can. You're co-host.
Great. So in fact, in Cameroon, we did program a couple of activities, and we know that Cameroon is quite hostile when it comes to accepting the use of art within the domain of medicine, or within the domain of health. So we did take that into consideration, and we focused mostly on exploring art and using art like a form of sensitization and saving wellness within the country. So we focus our work just in a particular locality, that's the city of Bamene, the northwest region of Cameroon. And I was assisting this process by Lanjo Nendefo, who is the country associate director. And we just had the intention and the urge to be able to promote interdisciplinary research and the practice of art-related therapies. And this was through 2 workshops. One was actually based at the university campus where I work, and the other one was based in a mental health facility. And the reason why we chose these 2 localities is that even though I serve there and I do practice art within the domain of mental health, there is still a lot of rejection as far as research even is concerned, where many researchers and colleagues do not even see the need or do not even understand the importance of using art within medicine. So that is the reason why we did decide to focus on art within our university campus. And we had, of course, the partnership from the University of Bamenda, who, with the Vice Chancellor, who gave us the authorization to organize that particular activity within the campus. So day one was basically on having the panel discussion on the use of art within mental health and within health in general. And we had presentations by colleagues who spoke on the use of visual arts, the use of theater, the use of films. And we had equally spoken word poetry, dramatizations that were also interjected in the presentations. And we ended up with the film projection. So you can see on the slide that the representative, the Vice Chancellor, was there and to launch the activities, and we did greatly appreciate his presence. On day 2, actually, we had an art therapy session and equally a mural painting. This particular activity was very, very, very remarkable for us because we took art to a mental health center, a mental health hospital where we've never had any intervention there before. And curiously, when we went there, we discovered that the hospital had more than 50 patients, 50 mental health patients. And it was quite challenging to work with them because many of them did not even want to participate. But with a lot of interaction and playfulness that we brought into the start of the program, sooner or later, they found themselves completely embedded and completely engaged in their presentation, and we did really appreciate. And you can see we were able to harness and bring them up to the point of they got involved in drawing, they got involved in painting, they got involved in actually acting, which we did relevant. And you can see here, these are just some of the pictorials that they were able to produce. So at the end of the day, we found that the participants were more relaxed. I mean, the patients, they were more relaxed. They were able, some of them who were very, very reticent at the beginning were now able to express themselves and bring out very wonderful paintings. And we also did some collage, and the collage was embedded with the dark color. And this was just like representing the mentals or the psyche of the patients at that particular moment. And some very interesting writings here about the dove and what the patients were actually thinking in their minds. So basically, this is what marked the event in Cameroon, and we are looking forward to being able to work with this mental health hospital, where we discover that there is a lot that can be done in this particular hospital as far as improving the mental wellness of the patients that are in this hospital. Thank you very much. That was it from Cameroon for today. And we're actually working on the video. There's a full video that we are editing that covers the 2 days of presentations, and we'll send it, and they're going to share the link definitely in the group. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cameroon, for showing us that insightful presentation and for breaking the boundaries in Cameroon, doing what has not been done and reaching numerous people. We would like to move on to Nepal. They have a presentation, and I'll quickly unmute. I'll quickly give the floor to Gsahw so he can give us a few seconds of presentation. Yeah, before we share their video.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. We have a video. I'm from Nepal. I'm Gsahw Ghumur. So let's see our video.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste, I'm Gsahw Ghumur from Nepal. Nepal is a land full of diversity, both culturally and spiritually, reflecting its richness in arts, culture, and tradition. Mental health is an important topic, however, remains stigmatized and less talked in the society. So, in this video, Sangeeta Thapa, Lajja Dixit, Abhishek Chitrakar, and Anand Rijal are sharing some of the creative mental health practices in Nepal which promotes mental health and well-being. So let's begin.
Namaste, I'm Sangeeta Thapa. I'm the Festival Director for Global South Arts and Health, and I'm honored to be a part of this wonderful program that's going to take place in Cairo in September. Mental health is such an important issue. It's something that we have overlooked as a society and as a nation. And I really felt that as an organization, first of all, we need to take care of the mental health of the people that you work with, your family, and incorporate these practices into your work. In 2017, we were involved in a mental health program with Kanti Children's Hospital, with Tulip Hill Hospital, where we worked with Kathmandu University, Srijana College of Fine Art, and several artists to create a comfortable mental space for patients in Kanti Hospital. We also held workshops with nurses, introducing them to the concept that art can be integral to the recovery and well-being of their children in the cancer ward of Kanti Hospital.
Namaste. My name is Lajja Dixit, and I am a practicing art therapist based in Kathmandu, Nepal. My choice to become an art therapist has been influenced greatly by my belief in the arts, as well as the need to bring a positive change in the mental health sector. We live in a society that is culturally so vibrant. This is a place where the arts and creativity go hand in hand in our daily lives. Introducing art therapy here seemed like a very natural process to help people be more open towards mental health. Mental health has been stigmatized in Nepal. Seeking help, going to a professional, has always been seen as a taboo. However, art therapy has gotten a very good response. People have been very open to coming for an art therapy session where they use visual mediums to express themselves. I am very glad to see the change in people where they feel it is okay to seek help through art.
Namaste. My name is Abhishek Chitrakar. I was born in a Newar family of metal artisans from the ancient city of Patan, Lalitpur in Kathmandu Valley. It has nearly about 2,000 years old history of rich art, culture, tradition. Patan is the city of metals, and all the metal artisans are from this particular town, making not only the healing bowls but actually many of these religious objects like statues, bells, and tingsas. Himalayan healing bowl, it plays a very important part in our daily life as we start our day with the sound for positiveness, for stillness, and for physical health and mental well-being.
Hello everybody, namaste. From Nepal, Kathmandu, we have a yogic sciences and well-being program at Kathmandu University, and it's a program that to help students with the deep understanding of the mental issues as well, so they learn how to reduce stress and anxiety, enhance their mood, improving sleep, boosting cognitive function, and providing sense of community. So basically, this is a course that has been designed by the School of Arts and Sciences together, the medical sciences together, to help community to reduce stress among youth. So we have a beautiful yogic environment to reduce and then use the healing methods to improve their health. And we have been very successful bringing at least 20 students to use the facility.
There is no health without mental health. Yogic practices help us to uplift our mental health. So let's practice yoga.
and that was from the Nepal team. They say that pictures say 1,000 words, but looking at that video, it said much more than 10,000 words. Thank you so much, Nepal. Thank you, Safal, to your team for doing such an amazing work. We'll be moving on to the next country festival director, and that is Ashley from Nigeria. So you can unmute yourself before we share your video.
Hi, can you see me?
I can see
Hi,
you.
everyone. My name is Ashley Stewart. I am the country festival director from Nigeria. Nigeria participated fully in the Global South Arts and Health Week, and Yinka Enahoro, the associate country festival director, and I were given the task of leading the delegation, and we are emotional, but we are very proud of our hard work. So after weeks and months of planning, we meticulously curated a medley of events on site and online on 4 thematic areas, which are child health, maternal mental health, climate change and environmental health, and brain health and aging that captured the multicultural population of Nigeria. We started with an information session via Instagram Live to get the public to know about the week and our activities. A national poetry competition for junior secondary school students was organized, and the judges are currently organizing and shortlisting the entries under the theme, The Language of Trees, Healthier Environment, Healthier Me. We collaborated with the Children's Art Gallery Lagos for an online exhibition of children's art to create an awareness of climate change and for them to be stewards of our local environment. And it was themed Nurture Nature, the Healing Power of Color. There was also rich content from Edo State under the overarching theme of creating with nature, culminating with a virtual exhibition as well. Children came out for a book reading, storytelling, and gallery visit experience for child literacy and mental well-being. The value of telling our African stories through books and illustrations, and also social activities cannot be overemphasized. Arts and Climate Justice with Julie's Bicycle UK had an enlightening experience for us by telling us how to take responsibility for our actions on the environment, especially as artists. Fenty Balogun of Complicity UK asked the question, why aren't we speaking about it, in his live action film on climate change titled, Can I Leave? We also collaborated with the University of Edinburgh, Scotland, and this brought together the arts and science and highlighted the research and the role and also evidence-based activities that improve brain health. The Art of Aging, another program of ours, followed with a combo of activities for over 40s to keep our brains healthy through creativity and aesthetic experiences. We also had special presentations, origami activities for cognitive and motor stimulation, as well as aromatherapy, and nutrition tips. For maternal health awareness, we transformed the walls of the waiting area of a maternity clinic by engaging the community in activities such as painting and illustrations, and we involved medical practitioners, visitors, and the patients themselves. Emphasizing the power of arts to combat stress and enhance brain health, 3 academic presentations were done, as well as painting a mandala in a university. From mindfulness to beading to holistic approach to mental wellness, it was achieved through practical conversion of waste products into wow products. Growing Together promoted environmental consciousness and artistic expression through planting of trees. We have one more event which takes place next week, and it is Art in the Park, a mindfulness, awareness, and artistic expression outing for university, medical students, and the youth. Collectively, over 2,000 people were impacted by our activities, from little children, youths, adults, and the elderly from Christian and Muslim backgrounds out of over 6 states in Nigeria. And overall, we had positive feedback from all our events. It is important to acknowledge the collaborators and team who worked assiduously to achieve all of these and put Nigeria on the Global South stage. Special appreciation to the individuals who supported us, our families and friends who held our hands through it all. Words are not enough. So the team and I put a short clip for you. Please, happy viewing. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Ashley. And thank you to the Nigerian team that pulled this off. Am I the only one that's feeling goosebumps? I'm overwhelmed, speechless. I think wow is the word for me right now. It's really beautiful to know that light really has no boundaries if we're willing to let it shine. So thank you to the Nigerian team for letting your light shine. And thank you to all the collaborators so far. I'd like us to move on to our next country festival director in Tanzania. So if you can unmute yourself, Dr. Christian, and if you wish to share your screen, the floor is yours. I can't hear you. I think there's something wrong with the audio. Oh no, I can't hear you now. Perhaps we can circle back to Tanzania while we let Dr. Christian sort out his microphone. Is Ethiopia here? Can you just raise your hand so I know you're here? If Ethiopia or Qatar is here, you can just raise your hand so I can unmute you and give you the floor. Okay. Oh, I believe Noha is for Qatar. You have been made awesome. So you have the floor now. 5 minutes to tell us what's been happening in Qatar in the last week.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be in the closing ceremony after such a long journey of preparations. We had an opening ceremony in Qatar on 18th of September, where we had a panel discussion with a variety of professionals from different aspects like music background, dancing, healthcare providers, and then it was followed by a dance show with a music show, and in parallel with this there was art activities like string art, abstract art, canvas. Then after that, ongoing of last week, we had several community workshops in which the community got engaged in art, and we have highlighted the importance of art in health. We had 3 activities. We had marbling painting, which is the Ebru painting. It's a Turkish type of painting. And we had an online session for photography, 360 degrees. And lastly, we had a recycling workshop in which we used the discarded plastic bottles and we made butterflies. So we have a short video that shows this. And of course, I want to thank every one of the team in Qatar. Firstly, Trish Bedford for such an amazing effort. And we had a great team in Qatar like Caroline, Asil, Mercy, Olfa. I don't want to miss any name, but really everyone has done such a great effort. So just let me share with you the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. So this is the panel discussion and the opening ceremony. Okay, thank you so much, and looking forward to meeting you all.
Thank you, Noha, and thank you to your team. Trish, I can see you're on the call as well. You guys did amazingly, and you reminded us that truly it takes a community to make an impact. So thank you so much for your efforts.
Thank you.
I think we can circle back to Dr. Christian if he's ready for us. Dr. Christian, you have the floor, but your video is turned off. You need to unmute yourself, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. We still can't hear you, or if there's someone else that can hear him in case it's from my end. Can anyone else hear him? Okay. Oh, that's okay. So we might need to circle back again. So bear with me, and hopefully we have this audio challenge sorted out. But I would like to call on the country festival director from Thailand. Sonny is here. I know he has a presentation for us. So if you can just raise your hand so I can quickly find you. Oh, awesome. I see you now. You are hosts. So you can just let me know when you share your screen.
Hi. Nice
Hi.
meeting you all. Am I be able to share the screen?
Yes, let me do
Yes,
that
okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Yes, it's been impressive seeing all your work. Can you hear me okay? Okay.
I can hear you. Okay.
Problem. I think there's a problem with me sharing the screen.
Oh no, I can just share it from my end because I already have access to it if you don't
Okay,
mind.
please. Yes, please.
Awesome. So I will do that now. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. This is to try to give you a little bit background of myself. So please go next. Next, please. Yes. I'm a volleyball player. When in my teen, I was diagnosed as ankylosis spondylitis. I have a very joint pain, and I was not able to walk and I've been hospitalized for 4 months. That's why I became interested in interested in health in general, and later I became a theater practitioner. Please next. Yeah, it's it's an incurable disease, but I'm getting better now. Good luck for me. Next, please. So later next, please. When I later became involved with theater, I'm thinking about how can theater arts can make changes, social justice, and later I became interested in using theater with health. Next, please. Yes, so I found Malondu Theater 10 years ago in 2013, and we had a lot of great journeys with people with disabilities, homeless people, with youth, with elderly. Next, please. So this, you can follow us. Next. Okay, you can go next because this is some of our work. I'm just gonna show you what happened in Thailand before. Next, please. During this program, next please. During this program, this one, for the World Suicide Day, I was think this is relevant for our health week. So I participate with Malongdu Theater just during the World Suicide Prevention Day. We are using theater and therapy just to do the live theater in the public space, so to create awareness about the suicide. Next, please. And this is some of our work that I would like to include it in our week. This is not yet happened. It will happen in September 11. And I have a short video if I still have time. Do I have time? Can I send you the link, please?
You barely have a minute.
Okay.
Perhaps you can
Yeah,
share in the chat.
I can share in the chat. This is so just tell you about our film screening that's coming up on October 28th. And we have a short film about toilet accessibility in Thailand. And this will be shown in October 28th in our Bangkok. And I'm happy to show you the link. So all in all, I'm very happy to be here in Egypt and just be part of this amazing program. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny, and thank you to your team there in Thailand. We're happy to have you here in the Global South Arts in Health Week. And thank you for sharing your story. Truly, sometimes our pain can be our inspiration. So thank you for using your pain for good. We have about a few more feedback to get from our festival directors. So if South Africa is on the call and ready to give us their presentation, you can just raise your hand. Otherwise, we would go to Brazil. And if Dr. Christian has sorted out his video or his audio, we can circle back to him. So South Africa or Brazil? Is Sheila on this call, please? Okay, I can hear. Okay, I can see Brazil is here. So hi, Anna. We've made you co-host. If you can turn on your video, that would be awesome. Lovely. Always happy to see you, Anna. So you can just tell us what's been happening in Brazil.
I wait for Sheila. Sheila is the host for me because my English is very bad.
Oh.
I wait for Sheila. Wait a minute, please.
Okay, that's fine. So while we're waiting for Sheila from Brazil, Dr. Christian, I believe we can have you now. So I can see you here on 2 devices. So you can just turn on your video so we can spotlight you quickly. Awesome. You've been asked to unmute. Awesome.
I really hope you can hear me now.
Yes, finally, victory.
Finally. Hi, everyone. Finally, you can hear me. Okay. So my name is Dr. Anisetas Christian. I am a country festival director from Tanzania. Apart from the online activity that we did with our fellow Ugandans, we also did a stage play, which was about raising awareness in regard with violence against children with disability. We also did a drawing session, which was to advocate gender-based violence. Now, I have a video to share. If I can be made co-host, I can share the video. Actually, 2 videos.
You're actually co-hosts.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Technology. I want to go to the desktop. How do I access the desktop, please?
You want your second device to be co-host as well?
No, just this one.
Okay.
But I
So
want to access the desktop. The video is on my desktop.
Okay. Perhaps you can just send it to me so I can share it from my end.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay.
Okay. You can just click play.
Yeah, I am trying.
All right. There could be some technical issues.
Yeah.
Apologies. Might need to circle back again if you don't mind. Let's just quickly go to Brazil and hear from Sheila if she's on the call with us now. Oh, I can see it's coming up. Okay. So yes, it's up now. But we cannot hear the audio. So like I said, perhaps you can just share this with me. I can while we just quickly go to Brazil and share this
Yeah,
with
maybe we'll circle back. Please.
Yes. So you can just stop sharing your screen while we invite Sheila from Brazil to let us know what's been happening in the last 1 week. So you can stop the screen sharing. Okay. So Sheila, I can see you on the call. So if you can quickly come off mute and speak to us.
Hi guys, good morning. Oh, better. Good afternoon. So it's been a very fulfilling week. All the tables we had in Brazil, they were like very, very amazing. We are excited to prepare an even better event for the next year. We're going to try to make presential and not virtual. And everybody engaged a lot. All the teams we had, mixing health and art, all their work. We had a beautiful opening table. We had important people talking about accessibility, you know, and how to connect art with everybody. So this was very special because I'm not sure all around the world, but in Brazil, art is something for like an elite group. It's not everybody that used to go to museums. So this is about money and about when you are not seen as an integral human being as well. So it was very, very good, the people we had in the opening. We talk about gender, you know, the colonial, that was something we had also. So to see how we can empower women, all kinds of women, everybody that consider themselves women. So this was very important. We talk about Blackness, about Black people in art, was good. We had dance, circular dance too. We had a group, and so we see the pedagogical ways about using the dance as a healing process was very nice. And we had something that happened yesterday was very important about accessibility in the museums. In São Paulo, we had like one museum, Pinacoteca of the state of São Paulo, that has things for blind people. You know, this is so important how you can see art. And how Brazil is a huge country. We had people from Rio de Janeiro and Curitiba, different states, talking about the experience of engage with accessibility in art. So what I can say, we are happy and excited to talk about all this universe, and we are very happy to know that maybe this event is going to happen in Brazil in 2025. So it was a very busy week, and everybody can see all the tables in the YouTube channel of the Global South Art and Health Week. So we are very, very excited. Thank you so much.
And thank you to Sheila. It's always amazing to hear from you as well as from Anna. You guys really are doing amazing work in Brazil, and we are so glad to have hosted you all in the Global South Arts and Health Week. With that, we have come to the end of our Country Festival Director presentation. Unfortunately, we weren't able to meet a few of them, but I'm sure they'll be willing to share their presentation slides, or we can get them from the website. We've come so far, and as the festival directors were presenting, what came to my mind was something Mr. Kunle Adewale has been sharing on his social media platforms over the course of the week, and it's a quote by Walt Disney, and it states, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And these words really ring true for our country festival directors, our partners, our collaborators who truly believed in this dream of bringing various people from different parts of the Global South to do something really meaningful and impactful in our various communities. So it's been wonderful having an Olympic-like event in different countries, and to see it come to light, to see it come to fruition is truly a dream come true, and we cannot thank you enough. And we wish you all more strength, because I imagine that next year's events will be bigger, better, and more impactful. So without further ado, I would like to call to the virtual stage for the What Next for the Global South Arts in Health Week, Mr. Kunle Adewale, who is the founder of the Global Arts in Medicine Fellowship, curator of the Global Development Lead, Global South Arts in Health Week, as well as a steering committee member, Jamil Arts and Health Lab. The floor is yours, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Franca, for this moment. I've cried a couple of times while the presentation were going, and I'm sure you attest to that. To see all of the things that has been shared today without funding from anyone, and to see what people have done with their humanity. Nobody gave anybody money, but people took responsibility, people took ownership, people drive this program across the countries, in their communities across the world. Can we but just celebrate these amazing people for their sleepless night, for their sacrifices? I mean, this is not something that, I mean, again, I say that nobody can force anybody to do anything. I mean, everybody has done everything they did out of the generosity of their humanity. And this is not by coercion or cohesion, or it's more of just collaboration and inspiration and the vision that really this program represents. And so please, let's celebrate all of them. All of the people who are presented today. It's quite inspirational, very thought-provoking to see the dimension of expressions, mental health and brain health and climate action, to see people being able to make things happen in their own way without being coerced again, but more just thinking more of how to deploy resources to support their community members. That for me is priceless, it's immeasurable. And I want to say on behalf of the board and the leadership of the Global Art in Medicine Fellowship Program, and all the co-directors and of course the collaborators for this program, we celebrate all of you. I tell you, if you look within my art, you know how much I really celebrate all of you, how my art rejoices for you. Yeah, and I know that the universe has a way of rewarding, you know, our sacrifices, our commitment to making lives better for other people. Yes, please, let's use the emojis for them. Let's celebrate them before we go to what next, because I think what now, we are in the now. So now let's celebrate the now before we go to next, right? I think it's just important. I can't call the names or call the countries, but to see what all of you have done is just mind-blowing, incredible. And you should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself, and it's good to see this movement in this moment, because that is all about the movement in the moment, and the movement, you're making it happen, right? So you're the makers. I'm not the maker of this movement. You are the one driving it. You're the one making it happen by yourself. And so we're proud of all of you. Thank you so much. I'm just still processing all of the things I've seen. And I think in the coming days, I'm still going to process so much. And Trish, we agree with me. So much happening now, okay? What next? Very interesting, like seeing what has happened in Egypt for the past few days, in Alexandria, in Cairo. It's unimaginable to see a wide range, a variety of engagements in the community, in academic institutions, in hospital, in spaces that people have really given us opportunity to connect, to collaborate, to create a meaningful, lasting experience for them. I think it's just a rewarding inaugural event, and we are so honored by all our partners, organizations here in Egypt. We are so honored by your generosity and humanity, and we do not take this for granted. Thank you so much, so much. So I'm going to move very quickly to what next, and then we will do what we have to do next. The Global South Art and Health Week, again, is a movement, it's a global movement, not just within the Global South itself, also in the Global North as well. There's an intersection of that. And for the Global South Art and Health Week, next year, we're going somewhere, because this year for the international convening, we are right here in Egypt. But guess where we are going next? And that is where I'm going to share the video now. Just keep an open mind, everyone. Can you see my screen, everyone, please? Kindly acknowledge, please. Can you see my screen, everyone? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. Now let's go.
Hi, I'm Trish Bedford. I'm the Country Director for Qatar's Global South Arts and Health Week. We're just finishing up here in Egypt for 2023, and I'm really excited because next year it's going to be coming to Qatar. And so I'm inviting you all to come and participate, not just in that week, which is going to be amazing, but from now until 2024. If you're an artist, creative, if you're a policy maker, if you're a researcher, if you're just really interested in what the arts can do for your mental, physical well-being, then we want to hear from you. If you want to collaborate throughout the year, we can find ways to do that online and in person. But when it comes to the 2024 in November, Qatar will be hosting you, and we can't wait to have you. So in 2024, November, imagine being in a week full of all these collaborations where we're being inspired, we're sharing, we're learning, and we're really putting the arts at the top to understand how it's going to benefit us all across the Global South and the Global North. Now, these are really, really important issues. I can't wait to tell you about what we did here in Egypt, and we're going to build on that. Everybody that's been here is going to keep expanding. So imagine by the time 2024 comes, you've got us and everybody in the Global South sharing what they've learned. So we can't wait to see you. Book your tickets and book the week off.
My name is Kunle Adewale, the curator and the global development lead for the Global South Art and Health Week. It's been an amazing experience to witness the inaugural Global South and Health Week international convening in Egypt, having participation from Brazil, from Qatar, from India, and other countries in the world. We look forward to experiencing a greater dimension of art and health engagement and collaboration come 2024. Guess where? Qatar, yay! it's Qatar's turn. And we can't wait to have all of you in the same room, engaging, connecting with fellow practitioners of art and health, with researchers, with policymakers, bringing in so much resources in the room that we can all share together to benefit humanity. On behalf of the Global South Art and Health Week collaborator and directors, we invite you to join us in Qatar. Mark the date in November. Don't miss it. Don't miss out. Catch ya.
Thank you guys. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, we have heard it, everyone. We're going to Qatar, and I'm not going to explain it because of time. We've heard from Trish, you've heard from me. Get ready, book your ticket, and more information will be shared regarding Qatar 2024. It's November. Get ready. Don't miss it. Don't miss out. Don't miss it. Don't miss. If you are not there, you are not there. But we look forward to seeing you. And apart from Qatar event happening in 2024, another integral part of our program, because again, like I said earlier on, that the Global South is not just the Global South, like the Asia, the Africa, and then and what other continent now, or Latin America. So also the Global South program is designed in a way that is also intersect and in a way engage with the global norms, countries from other parts of the world. And that is why for the very first time, we are activating a program, because we realize there's so much also again that is happening in other parts of the world, and they want to have this mutual exchange experience that is beneficial to humanity. And then I'm going to play the next video for everyone. We're going somewhere. Are you ready now? Can you see my video, everyone?
Yes, we can.
Yes, so we are going to Malta in April 2024. You see, people thought they've seen it all. You've not even seen anything yet. You've not seen anything. We're still like testing the microphone about the movement and the momentum that we're building. Yeah, so we're not here to play. We're here for a purpose to elevate humanity. And it's interesting to see how programs have been activated, our programs have been, you know, in a way that we have a vision, and the vision is to continue to drive, to continue to connect, to make the world a better place. And it's amazing to have our co-director and co-collaborator from Malta. She actually is on the move, and I'm going to spotlight her here. Janet, do you want to say something very quickly? I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. She's driving now. She will be hosting us in Malta in April 2024. Janet, over to you, please.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here to connect with you. At the moment, we are at a monocultural tour. I'm pleased that I managed to connect right on time. And I'm looking forward to collaborate with all of you. It's an exciting opportunity, and we are really, really looking forward to host you and to have you here in Malta in April 2024. We're really looking forward to this, and we're really excited.
Yeah, thank you so much, Janet. Amazing. Thank you so
well
much.
Done. Well done. I've been following what you have done during this week, and from my heart, I would like to congratulate you on all that you have done up till now. Well done.
Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you for that. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And lastly, I know my time is over. I kindly request for 2 minutes more from the wonderful moderators. I know they are always giving to time, and I kindly request for 2 minutes just to quickly share the last information that I'll be sharing today before I hand over my session over to you. Yeah, let me just make the final announcement now. What next? There's one more thing that I think I'm not sharing, but again, I'm going to share it. Can you all see my screen, everyone?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so what can you see on the screen?
Global South Arts and Health Envoy.
Envoy, yeah. So again, so come 2024, we're going to be having the Global South Arts and Health Envoy. We're going to be talking more about what this really represents. This particular initiative is designed to recognize the key players who are driving arts and health engagement in the Global South, who are making things happening, who are really connecting, who are creating experiences, who are really contributing into the field, but they have never been recognized for the work that they do. So come to 2024, we're going to be formally recognizing these individuals whose footprint is on the soil of time. I will be sharing the application process before the end of the year. As if you're that person who has been working locally, who has been working regionally, who has been working nationally, who has been doing incredible work in your community, again, sign up for this, apply, and then the best of the best will be shortlisted for the Global South Art and Health Envoy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And then now I will hand over to our amazing host for today. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Kunle, and thank you, Trish, for sharing some insights for what to expect next from the Global South Arts in Health Week for 2024. Is my co-host back, Ria? If you are, I'd love to see your pretty face. And while I'm waiting for you to turn on your video, I feel like our calendar is fully booked for 2021. If you feel that way, you can just show some love in the chat box for Mr. Kunle and Trish, who has given us a list of activities to put in our calendar for 2024. We know we'll be going to Malta. We know we'll be going to Qatar for those who have not been. And we look forward to recognizing amazing art therapists in local communities doing amazing work. Ria, how do you feel about that? Oh, awesome. I think I've held down the
I can finally unmute myself. I was just like unable to unmute for a minute there. But I feel amazing about the progress that we've been making. I know I'm going to be in Qatar next year. I don't know about you, Franca, but we need to be doing this energy, this chemistry needs to be in real life. We need to be facilitating something in real life in Qatar. Yeah. And Trish, hopefully you have some pull-out couches that you can lend our way and throw our way. Just jokes, all jokes aside, we're very happy to know that we're going to be doing Malta in April next year, and we're also doing Qatar in November. So a lot of amazing things are happening, and I'm so here for it. But moving on swiftly, I don't know about you, Franca, but would you like to hear a little bit from our audience, the global audience, see what they have to say about the Global South Arts and Health Week so far?
Oh, yeah, before we even do that, someone put in the chat if we could have Trish's contact, because as they were speaking, there was a lot of excitement to start volunteering. People want to do amazing work here. So if Trish can just drop her information in the chat so people can start reaching out from different parts of the world, that would be awesome. And while we wait for Trish to do that, yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. What has been your experience so far? If you're interested, raise your hands or even drop it in the chat box.
I would also maybe like to give Trish like a minute or so to just explain. I'm pretty sure that Trish will probably open up like a Google Doc situation where people can register. So even if people can just like, just don't spam Trish now is all I'm saying. Let's not spam her because we want her to answer our emails. So let's also find a way, let's find out for Trish which way would be best moving forward as well. Trish, I think just have a minute to have the floor and just let us know what we can do and how we can proceed.
Okay, thank you so much. And Malta was a surprise for me, so it's so nice to have a surprise for myself. So I'm saying congratulations, Malta. The envoy thing's amazing. That's so exciting. So there's so much information to take on. And obviously we're in Egypt. The team has just finished in Qatar with a massive launch event. So we do want to hear from you. So yes, you can spam away, but know that it might take me a bit longer to get back to you. We will open up exactly the way that this was done in Egypt. We're going to follow the same processes. We might highlight a few different ones, but it's going to be very similar. We want to also see you until 2024. So there will be many, many processes that we will come together and think as a team that's already together with Kunle and the team that's already there internationally. And just, wow, I'm so excited. We will have Majlis. There's a Majlis. We'll teach you all about the pull-out couches, but the Majlis is what we have, which will welcome you. And we will be sharing more about Qatar's culture as we go along as well. But get in touch, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, send things in the sky. We'll get you. We want you. And we're just going to make sure we collaborate together.
I'll see
please
about
share your
the skywriting.
But the main thing is
I'm getting on the skywriting.
Skywriting, do it, yeah. But share your ideas with us because that's what we need as well. We need the richness of everybody involved to come with their ideas and their visions because we're many and so we should be creating more and more. Thank you, shukran, and thank you to Egypt.
Okay, thank you, Trish. I can see that my co-host's video got frozen. I just needed to be sure it was my end. Thank you for sharing that, Trish. We definitely would be sending out information in the sky. Skywriting would definitely be an option for us. We like to do it bold and we like to do it proud. So now we'd like to hear from our audience. What has your experience been like in this 1 week? If you would like to use the chat box, please feel free. If you would like to speak, just raise your hand and we'll give you an opportunity to speak. Okay, so while I'm waiting for you all, I can kick the ball rolling with my own experience. It has been fantastic because I can remember the first day we had our Global South Arts and Health Week planning meeting back in February. Nobody envisioned, at least realistically, that it would be this bold, this loud, this proud in September. And with every good dream, every big dream doesn't come without challenges. But despite that, the beauty of it all has been in the collaboration and the positive energy we felt from all around the world. The willingness for people to make this happen has been the greatest benefit we've had. And we're so thankful to everyone, named and unnamed, for putting in the effort. It's just been fantastic. Mr. Kunle mentioned that he was literally bawling and in tears. And that was because nobody expected it to be this thoughtful, this big, this wonderful. And you guys have all made that. Even attending this event alone, there would be no Global South without you guys. And we love that you've shown devotion, dedication from day one till now. And we're supremely grateful to you all our partners, audience, collaborators, silent well-wishers, those people who put in a prayer here or two to make sure that this event truly comes to fruition. I like to talk and I can go on and on about my experience and how I feel, but I really love to hear from the audience. There's some people who have been on this call who I haven't heard from. So if you'd like to, in 30 seconds, say something or use the chat to tell us how you've been feeling over the course of the week, that would be awesome. But there's somebody who's been texting in the chat that I would love to hear from. And Oyinda, awesome. And thank you for sharing that. Oyinda, do you mind coming to the virtual stage so we can just hear your experience in the last 1 week, if you're available to speak? I can see everyone else putting their wonderful contributions in the chats. Anna said it was an incredible experience. I discovered several interesting projects, people who are very interested in arts and health, and it was a week of great learning. Michelle said fantastic examples of arts and health collaborations and presentations from around the world. Unique and amazing. Thank you guys for sharing that. You can see Oyinda here. Hi, Oyinda. I love seeing your face. How's been your experience?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I really wish that I was in Egypt. I've been having a lot of FOMO this week. I really want to congratulate everybody that's been on the ground in Cairo and Alexandria. Of course, we've just been watching virtually. And I'm in Nigeria, so I definitely have to shout out the Nigerian team who have done really amazing things across the country. So not just in Lagos, but really far-reaching across Nigeria. And so I want to specifically shout them out. Of course, congratulations and well done to everybody that's been working across the whole Global South. I was just thinking while watching this that just how much the network has grown. Of course, from the start till date, many people working locally in their nations or even in their communities, but now being able to really work across nations and across cultures as well through this initiative. So just want to definitely celebrate Kunle Adewale, who's the curator and the convener of this program, alongside everybody that has come together to make this work.
Thank you, Oyinda. Thank you for sharing that. We indeed are grateful to Mr. Kunle Adewale, the innovator of this project. My co-host is back now. Ria, where are you? She's back now and her video is turned on. So if you can unmute so we know you're still here with us. I see the comments in the chat by Ishraq. You want us to play the video of Tanzania, not to worry. For anything that couldn't be played in this event, this recording, we will definitely share it on our website so you can have access to it. But due to time, we might not be able to come back to that. Oh, there are more comments in the chat box. Anna said, I wish I had gone to Egypt and I'm already dreaming about Qatar. I'm with you on that. Eki said, it's great to know that this has been another positive catalyst, enabling future great opportunities. Congrats and well done to all that have been involved. Well done to the teams. Yes, a huge well done. I see Ashley giving us love in the chat. I see someone else giving us love in the chat. There is Trish, who said, my understanding of arts and health expanded greatly, and the ability to spend time and have the small and big talks has shifted thoughts and expanded possibility. Thank you all from all the events happening alongside was so powerful. If this is the start, amazing. I agree with you, Trish. I absolutely agree with you. Oh, thank you, Shrek. You're welcome. Ooh, so many love in the chat. People sharing their contacts, people wishing to connect. I hope you guys have all made new friends, new partners, people you'll be looking forward to collaborating with in 2024. This event has also made that happen. Now we would be moving on swiftly to our next event as we are wrapping up. I would like to invite to the stage to give the closing remark Professor Mona Rakhawi, who is a professor of psychiatry at Cairo University, our host, the president of Rakhawi Institute for Training and Research. You have the virtual stage, and we're happy to see you here.
So thank you very, very much, Franca, and thank you very much everyone who has contributed to this great event. Actually, it was a turning point in my life. Coming from an area where focused on one stream and finding the surprise of having this broad input and broad energy that just gathers in one spot that has been recently in Egypt. However, it's just some continuation of efforts of great people like everyone on the screen, everyone who has contributed to this work, and everyone who gave us the honor to be in Egypt and to be part of this event. The energy that I have seen and lived and witnessed is not a closing, it's a beginning, not a beginning, a continuation of a beginning that may be rooted since our ancestors, but has been boosted by you guys and by everyone in this event. Thanks to Rania, to Kanli, to everyone I have met. I was really very impressed by the input, by the non-personalized existence, by the global orientation and the common mission, and by this one project that gathers human beings from everywhere to help everyone. So I really hope from the different generations, all our input, all our creativity, all our arts instinct and power can help us from the preventive level, health, to the curative one in different perspectives, physical, mental, spiritual. So this is the hope. The catastrophes are there, the challenges are there, but the great hope and the great input is also there. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you too. You were one of our hosts for our program in Egypt, and we're so appreciative to you and your team for welcoming us with open arms. It's been lovely. Like every great thing, this must also come to an end. We've made so much progress, and now I'd like to invite my wonderful, vibrant, energetic co-host to wrap us up for these 7 days. Saria, over to you.
If we had the time, I would literally just request for you to continuously compliment me over the next like 20 minutes or so until we're done. But unfortunately, we don't have the time. We have other things that we have to get doing. But I'm so happy and so proud and so honored to have been part of this amazing experience. Thank you so much, Prof. Mona, for your thoughts specifically regarding what we've done so far in the Global South Arts and Health Week, especially with the international convening. Obviously, we have a few people that we have to thank because this would not have been possible without a few of the individuals and companies that have been involved in some way, shape, or form to make sure that this takes place. First and foremost, let's thank Kunle Adewale for starting such a great initiative and bringing together so many different organizations from the Global South together for this amazing convening. It never would have happened if you hadn't had the forethought to say, you know what, things like this have been happening in the North all the time. Let's find a way to make it happen in the Global South, which is an amazing experience to have. We're also going to say Arts and Medicine Fellowship and Arts and Medicine Projects. We see you. Big thank you to the World Health Organization, specifically Chris Bailey, who is the Arts and Health lead at the World Health Organization. He's also part of Jameel Arts and Health Lab. And Jameel Arts and Health Lab has been amazing as part of this experience. And with the international convening, we have a few universities that have been crucial to making sure that everything happens. For one, we have Ain Shams University, specifically the Faculty of Medicine, and the Rakawi Institute of Training and Research. Thank you so much for all the things that you've done. And then also ICAT, which is like an art therapy foundation. Thank you. Yes, so thank you to everybody. And also thank you to you guys for pitching in. Thank you for our country festival directors. You guys have done such amazing work in all of the different countries that you've had, and the work shows. So first and foremost, I want you all to please give yourselves a round of applause for actually putting in the work and creating such an amazing experience. And when I mean give yourself a round of applause, I literally, let's do it. Let's see y'all do it. Yes, there we go. Giving yourself a round of applause. Absolutely amazing. You guys did an amazing amount of work. I'm pretty sure y'all are tired of hearing my voice at this point because I've been in your ear for the past 3 hours. But thank you to my amazing co-host, Franca, for being able to be like the glass of water in this entire experience. You have just been amazing, and I'm so happy that I had you as a partner and support throughout this whole process. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to everybody that is involved in the Global South Arts and Health, and goodbye. See you guys in Qatar next year, and Malta and Qatar.
Not goodbye yet. We're taking